Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back, or welcome to another Bangs audio review. I got two for you today. Two sets from the cable producer, ivipQ, as a matter of fact. Um, these two sets, along with the Ker Meng here, sorry, not the Ker Meng. Try to get the name straight. The Sennheiser, which has been previously reviewed and comped, which is the triple dynamic driver that I did like a lot and thought it was a pretty good value for 65-ish dollars. I can still recommend that set. The story has changed with their nicer, and I do use air quotes for that, their nicer sets. So yeah, this is going to be hopefully a video that will prevent you from making a mistake or two, and just sort of, shed some light on what's going on here. And I think, my initial idea was they're going to get their own review, both of them. I was going to do the Star Dragon, which I was so excited for. The Star Dragon was going to be sort of a comp to the new Da Vinci because of the driver configuration being the same. 2 DDs, 4 BAs for half the price. See if we can, see if it's in the ballpark. So that was going to be this one's destiny. Yeah, it didn't reach its destiny. Really nice looking faceplate though. And then the Ker Meng. The Ker Meng is the bone conduction one, and this was going to be comped with the Plutus Beast, and it did get comped with the Plutus Beast, and it did not go well for the Ker Meng. Actually, really nothing went well for the Ker Meng, to be honest with you. So let's save you $300 right now and let you know that these are not going to be recommended by me. Not even, well, for the Ker Meng at any price. The Ker Meng is a badly tuned IM with pretty crappy drivers, from what I can tell. The Star Dragon has some redeeming characteristics to it, but not for $140, $150. I'm sorry, but that's a big no. No way. Not considering with what's out there. I mean, do I have to name them all? Can we start with the Super Mix 4? Can we go to the K5 for from EPZ for $40 less? Can we go to any number of hybrid tribrid sets like the EW300 that are just straight up better than the Star Dragon for less money, half the money in some cases? As far as the Ker Meng goes, like the Canera Celeste Plutus Beast just blows it completely out of the water for $50 less. It's a better tuned set with better drivers, and it's less. And it's just, to say that I was disappointed would be an understatement, because I was really looking forward to these sets quite a bit. Now, I don't know if he's still a friend of the show or not, but I hope he is. Rogue Gorilla, if you're still out there, I did take that video down because I think actually YouTube was suppressing the rest of my content because of it, because my views have gone to shit. But anyway, so that's down, Rogue. If you're out there, please come back, because you're a cool dude. Even if we don't agree politically, I don't care. Rogue sold me 3 sets from ivipQ with warnings that I may not like 2 of the 3, which he was correct, for a really, really good price. Like basically it was like 3 for the price of 1, or even a little bit less. If you take the average out as 3 for the price of 1. Out of the deal, I got a triple driver IM that I enjoy and that I will use in the Sennheiser, and 2 really sweet cables. And those are the only redeeming characteristics for these sets, are the cables. The cables are phenomenal. There's a graphene cable, 4-core on the Star Dragon, and there's a really nice silver-plated OFC cable on the Ker Meng. So, I'm not gonna be mad at him because he warned me, and he also gave me a sweet as hell price for all 3 sets. And I told him, worst case scenario, they're good for content for the channel, and that's what they ended up being. So I got a set that I like, and 2 that I can completely and totally say are just not good. Now, the Ker Meng, the bone conduction driver unit, is particularly bad, and I can show you that in the graph. So there's a graph of actually both of them here. Star Dragon has got the nice, and that's the best. That's the best characteristic of the Star Dragon. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, if you look at the Ker Meng here by itself, you can see just there is no bass, and there is a very, pretty recessed mids, and then you have ear gain and treble, but you have nothing to balance it out. There's nothing to balance it out. This set is exceedingly bright and piercing. The only way that I could actually listen to it for more than a few minutes was on lower volume and with the final Type E ear tips on it, which are just really took a little tiny bit of the edge off the treble, enough of an edge off the treble to make them somewhat tolerable, but not for more than a few songs. I mean, this is just a terrible tuning, and I don't know. I'm guessing this is why it was pulled. Like, you can still search it and it'll come up, but it'll say, sold out, view similar, whatever, on AliExpress. It's not available. This would be why, because somebody really humped the bunk on this tuning. Like, it's just, it's look at it. It's terrible. I don't know what else to say about it. It sounds as bad as it looks. So this is just the cable's already off. These guys, I don't even want to give them away. They sound so bad. I would feel, all right, maybe there are people out there who really like just no bass and that much upper mids and treble, and then like no air. I don't know. Maybe there are people out there that just like this part of the frequency response. If that's you, I apologize. It's not me, and I don't think it's most people. So if you have the Ker Meng and you like it, I'm not trying to upset you. I'm just saying, from my standpoint, and I think from the standpoint of most people, this ain't gonna do it. And the fact that it's like 140 or 150 bucks is just, it's almost insulting, honestly. If this had been released for 50, I would still have sent it back. Anyway, all right, so that's enough. That's enough bashing. The Ker Meng, I got a cable out of it. That's fine. Cool. $30 cable ish, maybe more. Good. These can be retired. I should get the final Type E off of those before I lose them in the drawer of confusion forever. I have a few nicer things to say about the Star Dragon, other than the price. The price it's ridiculously overpriced. I think, the redeeming quality of the Star Dragon is the 10 millimeter and 6 millimeter, and the 6 millimeter dynamic driver is titanium coated. I think the 10 millimeter is like PU, or it's a composite is what they call it. But anyway, PU composite. That's halfway decent, and it sounds halfway decent in the mid bass all the way into kind of where the lower mids are. It's warm and kind of engaged and fun and bassy, and it did play hip hop well, and it did okay with metal, but here's where the problem is. It didn't actually, sorry, it did okay with some pop and a little bit of hard rock and a little bit of alt rock, but you couldn't get, like, it didn't play Tool well. Oh, oops. Yeah, that kind of killed it for me. The problem with this set, and I mentioned in the community in the post that I did when I posted this graph, was that the BAs were going to make or break this set. And the BAs that are in here are shit. And you can hear it. You can hear it because they're swishy, plastically, just, very artificial sounding. So even though it does extend well into the mid treble anyway, upper treble, a little bit, it's not pleasant sounding treble because it's got that swishy, hissy sort of character going, and it sounds completely unnatural in that respect. So yeah, that killed it for me. And again, price, I wonder what, the thinking is, okay, we've got this 2DD 4BA set that's, configuration wise the same as some, $300, $400, even $500 sets, right? So if we charge $150 for this, people are going to think it's a deal and probably give it a try. Yeah, there's only one problem with that. That's when you put shit drivers into an IEM, you can't cover it with tuning. And I know this goes against what HBB said, what BGGAR, said about the Meyer audio set. You can't fix bad drivers with tuning. And I know that goes against what he said, but to me, maybe take it so far, but especially for BAs. And this is why I argue that the Meyer sets are very good and they do have good drivers, because these are terrible BAs and there's no way to cover it. You can't cover bad BAs because it's always going to have that swishy, hissy, tizzy crap going on in the mid to upper treble that just can't be avoided. So there you go. And that killed it for me. That killed this set for me. Will I listen to it from time to time? Possibly for hip hop, yes. If you're like a huge fan of hip hop and maybe electronica, a little electronica. Ollie, what are you doing? Come on, dude. He's trying to wreck shit in the basement as usual. So, yeah, that's the only use case I could see it for. They're pretty shells, the pretty faceplates. The shells seem to be nice. You can see that, what is in there is actually what's in there. They just don't sound good. That's the problem. So, sets like this, I don't even want to include in giveaways. I was thinking about, well, maybe I should just give them away, but then I'm just going to subject somebody else to this. It's just a disappointment. This set is a disappointment. It should be better. Could be better. Could have been better if they maybe spent another few bucks on each of those, say another $8 or $12 in total on the BAs that they put in there. Could have made this set actually pretty good. And charged 100 instead of 150. Sorry, I know that cuts into profit margin and everything, but there's got to be a balance there. They did not balance this at all in that respect. Quality to price ratio is terrible. If these were 50, I might do it. But they're not. They're 150, so I'm not going to do it. Not going to recommend them. Absolutely not. No. That'd be a no. Both sets get a no. Plutus Beast actually was a pleasant surprise. After not listening to it for several months, I'll bring that graph up just so we can revisit this guy. And I have something positive to say and a recommendation to make, because I think you can get these for 72, maybe even less now, 65. They've got a nice graph. They've got a nice balance between bass. The bone conduction really does a nice job in extending the treble, and it's just really, it's a good set. It's definitely a recommended set. So, I hear my wife freaking out there. She was working out, and she's yelling, so I know she's not injured because it's not that kind of yell, but I should still probably see what's going on. I'm going to wrap it with that. I may do another video, another sort of maybe feel better video than this one. But my recommendations with ivipQ have stopped, so I will still say that the Conch series, the ones that I tried, the V13, the V12, still get recommended. I hear the V11, which is their all BA set, is quite nice. They must have used different BAs in that. And the Shanghai. I'll still recommend the Shanghai because I think it's a nice value for $65. It's right around the same price as the RDR1, and I think it performs, just about as well. So those would be the recommended sets. Those four. Anything from that new grouping of sets they released a couple of months ago or a month and a half ago, approach with great caution, because what I dipped into, not good. Not good. Maybe stick with the less expensive sets out of the new batch if you're going to try them. All right, that's going to do it. I think I probably will do another video today. I'll probably run through the EPZ accessories because I owe them that video and it's worth talking about for 5 or 8 minutes. So yeah, I'll probably see you a little bit later on today. For now, be careful, be safe, be nice. Nothing but love to you. Nothing but peace to you. Love y'all. See you soon.